Hello, this is Dr. Jeffrey Beto, and I'm coming to you from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States. As you may know, I'm part of the inner circle of the Abundance Project, and this is a video that I'm recording for you that is a companion video to the monograph that I recently published on the Abundance Project called The Key to Abundant Physical Health. Many of you may know, if you've looked at my curriculum vitae on the Abundance Project, I'm a retired internist, I'm a retired physician, and I have observed over almost 30 years of medical practice healthy people and unhealthy people. And by and large, unhealthy people generally have disease that's been induced. It's either been self-induced by their lifestyle, or it's been induced by toxins that they were exposed to in the environment, in some cases not even due to their own behavior, but it was induced maybe from an occupation that they were involved in, etc. There's very little disease that I can see that it comes about spontaneously. Even most of the genetic diseases that I see can be attached to environmental carcinogens and environmental toxins that disrupt the genetic code. And so we have a great deal of influence on just how healthy we're going to live. Now, there are 7 keys to abundant physical health, in my opinion, and the number one is ideal body weight. Now, ideal body weight is a concept. Most people will never achieve ideal body weight, and you can look quite fit and be above or below ideal body weight. Ideal body weight was derived by looking at tens of thousands of people at different weights, and over time measuring their incidence of disease and their longevity. And of course, this formula was derived. I give the formula in the monograph on abundance, but I will read it to you. The adult female ideal body weight is calculated by taking 45.5 kilos and then adding 2.3 kilograms for every inch over 5 feet. In men, it's the same formula, but it's 50 kilos plus 2.3 for each 2.3 kilos for each inch over 5 feet. So if you calculate out your own, if I were to calculate out my ideal body weight, I'm 5'9". I'm substantially over my ideal body weight, which means I'm stressing my hormonal system, my skeletal system, my cardiovascular system, etc. And that's the thing that you need to realize, is that the more your weight is above ideal body weight, even if you look muscular and look healthy, these multi-systems are stressed to maintain that excess body weight, or in some cases, low body weight. Key number 2 to abundant physical living is a proper diet. And that's very simple. If you look at the cultures throughout the history of mankind that were the most enduring and impactful cultures, they all had a Mediterranean type diet. In fact, they were the cultures that bordered the Mediterranean. And those cultures impacted us with their art and their science, but the reason is they had good physical health. Their diet consisted mostly of fruits, vegetables, and legumes, which is beans, a moderate amount of protein intake, and a small amount of fat intake. That is the healthiest diet. It's a simple diet, and I embellish this a little bit more in the monograph. Key number 3 is daily exercise. Now, years ago, everybody exercised because the work that they did was physical. The body has been meant to be in motion. Optimal physiology for your body is not sedentary. It's not sitting around. It's a body in motion. And so if you're in a job that is sitting around, it's sedentary, then you're going to have to add that motion somehow. The best way to do that is to walk. Once a day, 30 minutes to 60 minutes. It doesn't have to be a fast walk. It can be a saunter. That even shows benefit. And of course, it's difficult to eat while you're walking, so it may lower your caloric intake a little bit. The 4th key to abundant physical living is you have to stop your tobacco intake. No matter how you take the tobacco in, whether you smoke it, whether you eat it, the carcinogens that are in tobacco increase the incidence of many different forms of cancer, in particular the organ systems that are exposed to the carcinogen. So if you're eating it, your mouth, your throat, your esophagus, your stomach, your intestines, your rectum, your bladder, your kidneys, all these different sites are affected by the carcinogens that are in tobacco. If you're smoking it, naturally the lung takes the greatest hit. And if you find that it's just impossible for you to stop because of the nicotine addiction that you've developed, then you're going to have to supplement your nicotine intake with either gum or a patch, or even those vaping devices have been shown to be fairly safe. Okay, I know there's research that's being done on those now, but the nicotine itself is not a carcinogen. Okay, it can cause cardiovascular problems and hypertension, etc., in large doses, but it does not cause cancer. The fifth key to abundant physical living is avoidance of environmental toxins, and that's going to be very difficult for you. You're going to have to study your environment. And in particular, in the United States, the number one environmental toxin is glyphosate. Glyphosate is an herbicide that's used to kill weeds in these mega farms so that they don't have to be pulled out by hand. It does increase the productive capacity of the farm and drives down the cost of fruits and vegetables. But the problem is that it leaches into the seeds and into the very substance of these plant products. And so that as you're eating them, your body takes in that substance. Now, it doesn't cause an acute toxic reaction at the doses. It's a chronic effect, and it seems to affect manganese. And right now, there are some of us who believe, I happen to be one of them, that the present day epidemic that we have of autism is related to glyphosate ingestion and the effect it has on the developing nervous system of a child. It also can affect and cause leaky gut and asthma and a number of other things. And I have seen in the short career that I have just had of almost 30 years, a major increase in celiac disease and in asthma and a number of other syndromes. Now, why would that be? You don't think that's genetic mutation, do you? Genetic mutation doesn't occur in that short period of time. That is an environmental toxin that's activating a genetic infrastructure that people have. And in our case, it's glyphosate. What's the remedy? The only remedy is to go organic. Either buy your fruits and vegetables from a small farm located somewhere near you, or you're going to have to go to one of these supermarkets that only sells organically grown foods. You don't have an option. If you go to a regular supermarket, you buy the cheap fruits and vegetables, wheat, soy, and corn. Your exposure to glyphosate may be substantial. And so I'm recommending that you invest the extra money and go organic. Key number 6 to a abundant physical living really is to reduce your alcohol intake. Now, alcohol's been around since the beginning of man. And it itself is not toxic in low doses. It's actually therapeutic. But you do not have to be an alcoholic to develop toxic liver changes from alcohol ingestion. Let me say that again. You can have a moderate intake of alcohol and have a significant injury to your liver. Alcohol causes free radical formation in the liver. They're energy-rich substances which bounce around inside your liver, damaging your liver. And you don't even have to be an alcoholic to develop this. So you have to restrict your alcohol intake to 2 glasses of wine per day, or whatever's equivalent to that. And then you'll probably be okay. Finally, the key to good, abundant physical health is to monitor your thought life. Whether you know it or not, your thoughts can affect your physical health. Anxiety modulates hormones and can cause cardiovascular disease and strokes, etc., etc. And so what you think impacts your health. Now, how can you control your thoughts? Well, you can't control spontaneous thoughts, but you can control what you dwell on. And what our spontaneous thoughts come from is the way we've been programmed. And so if in fact you'll like negative readings and dark themes and things like that, these things affect your health negatively. There is no such thing as a neutral stimulus. It's either positive or negative. And so you need to replace that type of programming with positive books, positive music, positive friends. This is very important. There's an old saying, as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man thinketh, so is he. So there's my 7 recommendations for abundant living. I hope that you found them helpful. A little bit more thorough explanation of these things can be found in the monograph that I've published on the Abundance Project. And my hope for you is that you lead an abundant life. And the whole purpose of the Abundance Project is to teach you how to do that. As you may know, the Abundance Project has live coaching available. There's all sorts of monographs in there on different ways to modify your personality, modify the way you set your businesses up, modify your physical health, and these are just there for the taking. I offer that to you. I recommend that you go to the Abundance Project and sign up, get additional information. And of course, if you have any questions or any comments regarding anything I've written or that I'm speaking about, please feel free to get in touch with me through the email system on the Abundance Project. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Beto, and I'm just wishing you joy and an abundant life. Have a beautiful day.